Hey, sweetie fam. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Forever Patra Denise, produced by Zenny Productions. This here's my sweet tea. Just because it's tea does not mean it's gossip. Hey, let's get right into it. So as you know, I'm doing a series called Momchronicles, which was originally my YouTube name, but I changed it because my kids didn't like to be on camera. And I can't do mom content without my children, right? So I changed to Forever Patra Denise because Forever Patra Denise, I kind of said that fast, because that just talks about all things me. So, oh, y'all, this ghetto, my floss water. So I had this floss water from the South because flies was terrible, but it's not like that here in the North or the Midwest. Anyway, I am doing this video. It's kind of like a two-part video. It won't be an actual second video, but it'll be kind of two subjects combined in one. So my video will be about being a mom of a teenager and being a girl mom. So we're just gonna get right into it. But before we do that, if you're not a part of the Sweetie Fam, go right down to that button that says subscribe. It is red and it's free for you and me. Bars. And click the bell so you can be notified because I drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. I do want to give an apology because this Tuesday I did not drop a video because we were traveling, coming back home from spring break, or at least the beginning part of spring break. So I was in the thick of it, trying to get home, trying to get back into my bed, y'all, because I was tired, but we had a great time. That's a whole nother video. And if you have not watched Single Mom and Married Mom, those videos will be linked in the description. You want to watch those videos before you get to this one, okay? Now let's get into it. So I'm a mom of a teenage boy, my only son. And if I knew for sure I could have more boys, I definitely would have more babies. But my husband seems to can only give me the X chromosome. I come with the X. He needs to come with the Y's. Okay? Anyway, I got my little notebook here of all of like my notes and stuff. And like I said, I'm a mom of a teenager. My son will be, I was about to say 15 on March 30th. We are planning his half golden birthday. And if you not know the whole thing about the golden birthday, your golden birthday is the year you turn that is the same date of your birthday. So for an example, my birthday is June 5th and my 5th birthday was my golden birthday. Or my oldest daughter, her birthday this past year in 2020 was her golden birthday. She turned 7 on November 7th. So it was a big deal because golden birthday is a big deal. So he doesn't have his golden birthday until his 30th birthday. Now, since that is another 15 years, and he's always been like, well, my golden birthday ain't gonna be till I turn 30. We decided to do a half golden birthday. 15 is half of 30. So that's why we did it that way. He doesn't really care for a theme, but he's going for this golden birthday because he wants to celebrate the golden birthday. And I had my son when I was 20 years old. It was like 2 months, not even a full 2 months. But before I turned 21, I was definitely an adult. Still in a child's mind, but I was definitely an adult. I want to talk about the cons of being a teenager. The first cons of being a teenager is this. It's the mouth. It's the mouth for me. It's the mouth, okay? Teenagers have a lot of mouths, and they always get something to say. Now, here's the thing. I didn't do that to my mother because I was scared to death of my mother. I seen her in action. I seen her beat us up. I had to blank that out. But I seen her throw hands. That was not going to be me. So I would have never. Now, with my children, I definitely let them have free speech. Now, they know not to try me, though. But I definitely allow them to have free speech. So I definitely know I want to know what they think. I want to know how they feel. I want to know why they chose whatever they chose. I give them choices. My husband's always like, you always give them choices. I do, because they need to learn that they're going to have choices in life. So they need to choose the right one as best as they can. So I started at this young age. Do you want this one or this one? Whatever one you choose, you get. And if it's something you end up not liking, this is your choice. So next time, let's take a deeper thought in the choices that you make. See how that goes? Parenting 101. That's the first thing about teenagers is their mouth. Second thing is the whole sex and relationship thing, y'all. It could definitely be hit or miss. It can be pass and fail. It could be, which is hit or miss. It could be straight miss. It could be all pass. And for an example, if it's all fail, that means that they want to take the examples that their friends have, go off those experiences, and not get any real, conversation with an adult that has been through it. And then if it's pass or fail, that teenager, child could, get all the information from an adult that's telling them the right things, the good things, the bad things, everything, but they still choose to go off their, friends' experience and not really understand what you was talking about. Or it could be a pass where you explained everything, movies, documentation, the same with the other one, and that child understands. It could be all those three or just one. And so until they've had the experience going out, dating, going to the movies by themselves, all that, you're never going to know. You're never going to know. So that's always hard because sex and relationship was not taught to me as a teenager or as a child, as I'm getting older. So we definitely have that conversation open. My son does not care to have those conversations, but we got to have them. Because you're not about to be around her with no raggedy baggedy, boo-bop type of chick. And the third con about being a teenager is just knowing that they won't be that little bitty baby anymore. That you as a parent have to adjust from being a mom of a toddler to a mom of a big kid, then a mom of a preteen, or a mom of a child in double digits, then a mom of a preteen, then the mom of a teenager, then a mom of a young adult, which is young male or young female, young woman or young man, or then a mom of a, adult, a mom of a college student, a mom of a military child, child's in the military. The list goes on. A mom of a husband, a mom of a wife, your grandma. You have to change with those children. As they're maturing, you got to mature. That's hard. That's real hard. I don't care what anybody say. That's real hard. You got to be equipped. That's why they say, babies having babies is not a good thing, because if you're 22 and your child is 10, let's just say, no shade to anybody has happened this, you're young, right? And are you equipped to deal, 22, 23, deal with a 13-year-old? Probably, but probably not. I'm just saying. Pros is a lot of teenagers, there's some that don't, but a lot of teenagers do responsibility well, meaning they're able to, go to the store by themselves, spend money by themselves, get a job, drive. My son will be taking his driver's class in the fall because it's a class in school, so he'll be able to take it with his school. So I'm excited about that. He has a lot of responsibility here at home, chores. He can stay at home by himself. He helps with his younger siblings. The list goes on. He definitely helps a lot. And so he showed that he has good responsibility. He can take responsibility well. And I love that about him. Every teenager is not like that, but he's definitely like that. Another pro is just watching all the things that I tell him, for the most part, are panning out. He can use those skills, and I really love that as well. Now, here's a con. That some things that I told him was not good for him, and so now I'm kind of backtracking on don't do that. I didn't know better. Don't do that. But I'm old enough to be I didn't know better. So now that we know better, we do better. And he's learning from that. And he's understanding that. Another pro is that he is my oldest. So, he understands it's trial and error sometimes. We working this kink out because I didn't have another child older than him. I also was raised as pretty much the only child. So, I didn't break any rules. I didn't do nothing bad. Or at least I didn't get caught. And the last stuff I did, my mom didn't know I did it until I was an adult, because I knew not to get caught. There you go. So, but when I say I have no issues, no problems, that mouth get to him sometimes and I have to get real loud. But besides that, I can't complain. Another thing I want to talk about with a lot of teenagers, what a lot of parents don't know about their children is mental health. And there's children that suffer from depression, anxiety, bullying, just the list goes on. And a lot of parents don't know. They just think their kids being bad or they're not listening. A lot of times it's deeper than that. It's not just a swift kick and they need a swift kick in the butt. It's deeper than that. So I know for sure my son deals with ADD. He was diagnosed when he was 10 years old. Then at age about 12 or 13, he was diagnosed with brain seizures. It's not a physical reaction, as in some people that have seizures have like a physical, maybe foaming at the mouth, a full body, like shakes, things like that. He doesn't have that. This brain seizures deals with his short-term memory. Pretty much a lot of times it's disappeared, where he has to like re-ask you, what did you say? What did you want me to do? And if you're talking to him, let's say we're having a deep conversation, he could definitely daze off or gaze off, and you could just kind of see his, honestly, like his eyeballs, like you can kind of see them kind of not transform like an alien, but you can't see he not paying attention. I have to like be like, hey, you listening? And that goes into, rolls into his focus. So I know, with that being said, additional mental health, possibly depression and anxiety comes apart. So I'm always asking, are you okay? If there's different coping mechanism that he has built in himself. He's figured out on his own, because he was 10 when he was diagnosed, but we've seen these things happening when he was like 3 and 4 years old. But when we got him tested at 3 and 4 years old, Chicago Public Schools told me there was nothing wrong with him. Not once, but twice. And early intervention is so important with your children. The earlier, the better, that you can figure out what works for them as they continue to grow. So there's definitely some things that he missed out on to teach him, himself. So, we're figuring it out. A lot of times I find myself, because I'm like, I should have known better. I should have been more educated. But when you don't know, you don't know. I was uneducated in this area. I did not know. I had never been around anybody else that had experienced this. So I didn't know. So I do beat myself up a lot of times, but then I go straight into like, you didn't know. You had no idea. You gotta take it for what it was. Like, it's something you had not experienced in your life. You didn't know anybody that experienced your life. So it is what it is. But we've definitely have grown so much with him having ADD and brain seizures. And I'm such an advocate. We talk about it all the time. It's an open platform to talk about in our household, because he's just as normal as anybody else. Period. Now, last thing about being a teen mom of a teenage boy specifically is the relationship between him and his dad. My husband has been in his life since he was 2 years old, turning 3. So my husband made it official March 5th, 2009. And then my son turned 3 March 30th, 2009. So he's been in his life since about 6 months after that, because I kept my son out of the picture, because I wanted to make sure that this was something that was going to be serious. If I call myself just dating you, that's what I'm doing. And my son has nothing to do with it. I have a child, but you would never see my son. And that's literally what happened. I didn't introduce my son to my husband, or at that time my boyfriend, until 6 months later. Because at that time I knew, like, we were in love and, all this other stuff. I don't play that. Nobody comes around my children. Nobody. It's just the way how the cookie crumbles. So he's been in his life his entire life. As far back as he can remember, he's never seen me with any other man. And as you know, the memory goes back to about 4. You remember some things at 4, but it gets really, your memory really is amped up about 5 and up. And he's only seen me with my husband. So his relationship with my husband is super strong. They have a great relationship. There's so much alike in so many ways. And I couldn't ask for a better relationship between them. Biologically, they're no kin, but you can't tell the difference. Like, I definitely think that my son is more like my husband than any of our daughters. Weird, right? I know. But there's so much alike. They have some of the same characteristics, same habits, same hobbies. I mean, like, it's crazy. So I definitely love that relationship. And how my son and my husband, like, my son doesn't, I've asked him, because I want to the line of communication has to stay open. So I'm asking him, like, do you ever say, you know, do you want that relationship with your biological father? And he was like, I don't ever think about it till you say something. Till I say something to him. And I was like, oh, my bad. He was like, yeah. He was like, I don't feel like I'm missing out on a dad. I've had a father my entire life. My daddy's been available to me my entire life. He was like, so that is it of being me being a mom of a teenager. Now we're gonna move to part 2 in this video. Girl mom, as you know, I have 2 daughters, and that is of the age 7 and 3. They are both born in November. So my oldest daughter is 11/7/2013. My youngest daughter is 11/11/2017. Did not do that on purpose. My younger daughter is supposed to be born in December, but she decided to make her grand entrance in November. And they're 4 days apart as well. So you see how that goes. And being a girl mom is completely different than having a son. It's so much more glitz, glamour, wardrobe-wise. I've always been a person that kept my kids looking nice. Terrell always looks so nice. Always. But with boys in the summertime, like, I never really did the whole, like, sandals thing. Unless it was like a slide. So, like, gym shoes galore in the summertime. We did boots, you know, like winter boots. But with the girls, it's sandals, it's ballerina slippers, it's gym shoes. It's so many different levels of shoes just for one season. It's skirts, shorts, Bermudas, tutus, pants, jeans, leggings. Y'all, I never my daughter bar broke in her closet, and my husband had to put a whole nother like rack at the bottom for shelf and to hang clothes because it's too many clothes on the top rack. Okay. And then my baby daughter's rack is in my closet, my room, because there's no room in her closet for all her clothes. Okay? And I probably need to get a second one, to be honest with you. Or bring it down here to my office, because I don't know. It's definitely a complete difference. One of the things that I have a love-hate relationship with, oh, I didn't even turn the page, is doing hair. I love for my girls to have their hair done and everything. But baby, doing hair for 2 daughters and myself, I don't know who set me up for this, but count your days. Like, both of my daughters have good hair. What I mean by good hair, it's thick, it's curly, it's a nice length. My younger daughter has about 14 inches. My older daughter has about 17 inches. I'm about 13 to 12 inches, probably about 13 to 14 inches as well. You talking about all of our heads. I have to do everybody's head. Because I don't want nobody else's hands in their head. Unless it's my mom. Now, my mama come, she braid up the hair. She do all that stuff. I can't wait till she come. She coming next week, y'all. Because I'm sick of taking her grandkids. I'm sick of it. So, the way I do it is I alternate weeks. So, let's say, like, this weekend coming up. So, Sydney's going back to school. I will wash her hair. Actually, she has braids, but let's just say if she didn't have braids, I'll wash her hair and wash her condition, whatever. Either one week I wash and condition, and next week, and next time I wash the hair, I just co-wash it. So let's say I wash and condition her hair, I will do her hair and I do Summer's hair. The next week, I'm going to wash and condition Summer's hair and then just do both of their heads. And then next week, I will just co-wash Sydney's hair and do both of their heads. And the next week, I will just co-wash Summer's hair. So that's how I do it because that's what works best for me. That's what's easiest for me. Also, you don't need to wash your hair that much. A lot of people wash their hair once a week. That's fine. But my daughter's hair don't need to be washed that every week. I always wanted a mini-me. And I thought Sydney was going to be that spicy, you know, caliente. No, she bougie. Definitely don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't breathe on me. Cover your mouth and nose at the same time. Eel type person. She has that character. Very, if I don't like it, I don't like it. You can't change my mind. Sorry. She's that, all of that, and some. Summer is that, don't play with me. I will beat your tail. Period. She's very much her mother's child. My daughter is very cool, calm, collected, like my husband. She has more of a character, like leave her alone, leave her be. Just let her do her. She'll do what she need to do, but just let her do her. My youngest daughter is in the middle of the barn. Let's go, let's go. That's how her personality is. It's always hype. It's always fun. It's always turned up. But don't play with her with the side eye. As she get a side eye all the time. One thing I've noticed a difference between all three of my children is discipline. I discipline all three of my children completely different because of their character. Sydney, it has a very gentle, softer character. And you can say something to her and she'll bust out crying in a minute. Like, no, you cannot wear a dress today. It's cold outside. She'll fall all the way out. Not even have a tissue turn, but she'll cry. Summer is, you got to get your little fob. Get over here. That's what I have to do this summer often. With Terrell, it's like, tell me, it's logic. Tell me why you think that's right. How does that even make sense, sir? So, and I have to get loud with him. Like, you can't out-talk me. Queen talk. Queen talks loud. Like, you ain't gonna out-talk me. So, I discipline them all completely different because they're three different people. And even though they've all three lived life inside of me, they're completely different. And so I cannot do what I do for one for the other at all. And that's why disciplining is so different for me, for each one of my children. Now, this last topic is about being a daddy's girl. And I could talk about this all day long. I was not a daddy's girl. I do know who my father is, but he was not present in my life. And to see my daughters be real deal rotten. And I don't mean like they're spoiled and they get everything they want. I mean like the love that is bonded between my husband and my daughters is mind-blowing. So I have 3 friends that was raised with their fathers. 2 of them realized later on that they did have some daddy issues, even though their fathers was present. But my one friend, my baby mother, baby, she in her 30s. And when I say she is riding to the core, and her daddy, she do not play by her daddy don't play by her. She understands the act and the idea of, and the responsibility of a man being in a household, a man taking care of his wife, any means necessary. A man being a man and being a father. And when I say she is rotten to the core to this day, baby, rotten to the core. And I want all that for my babies. And they getting all of that. My husband take them on dates. He loves on them, hugs on them. Like, they have their own little love, like little language together. Like, when it comes to when he makes them happy. He knows so much about them and what they like. Like, Valentine's Day, he already be having their stuff ball. Like, by beginning of January, he already got their stuff ball ready. All he had to get is the little gift bags. Like, he is so intentional about being a girl dad. But I made it very clear, like, if you don't pour all your eggs in those kids' baskets, and this is including my son, they will grow up like us. And we not bad people. But we definitely have some things we have to work on because of our parents being single mothers and fathers not being present. They're not going to have that. They know exactly what it's like for their daddy to give me gifts. And my oldest daughter be like, ooh, where my stuff at? This ain't for you. She will cry because her dad didn't get her no flowers. Girl, this for me. Mind your business. She's just so... Not she's so, but my husband is so intentional about being a great father to our children, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. Yo, I definitely love to see them together. I literally just sit and watch. Like, I geek my baby daughter up. I be like, grab your daddy's slides. And she grab him and she run. And he be like, come here, little girl, give me my slides. And it's the funniest thing. And they run and chase and run and chase. And it's just so cute. It is such a beautiful thing to be a daddy's girl. If you don't know the whole daddy's girl, not daddy's girl, but the girl mom or girl dad was coined from Kobe Bryant, who had all daughters, so they coined him girl dad. And so that's where I got the girl mom from, because I'm a girl mom too. But I think it's coined specifically if you only have one gender of children. But I got both. But I'm still a girl mom. Y'all comment down below if you've experienced single mom, married mom, mom of a teenager, and then girl mom. Okay, I want to know. And what was your experience like? Because my experience in all four were completely different. If you are not a part of the Sweetie Fam, go right down there to that subscribe button. It's red. It's free for you and me, and click the bell right next to it so you can be notified, because I drop videos every Tuesdays and Thursday. I drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday, y'all. My daughter just called me from upstairs. I'm not answering it. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. So make sure you keep a lookout. Y'all, this is the end of our Momchronicles series. And I'm actually starting some new content. And I want to see how well it does on my channel. So it's not new. Yeah, it's new content, but niche specific. We're going to do it for the next 90 days. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Y'all be on the lookout. I'm Forever Patra Denise. And y'all be sweet.